What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Buster here at Buster Plays, and today we are doing a request where we were requested to rebuild the San Diego State Aztecs. Now, everybody knows Pete Carrol wants to get back into coaching football. He's currently staying in that California area. I think he's teaching a class at USC or something right now, but he's around that area. He wants to get back in football. USC isn't getting rid of Lincoln Riley. So San Diego State took every bit of their money this year, put it into bringing in motivator, head coach Pete Carrol, to turn it around because everybody knows Sean Lewis has not been doing good. And before we get too much into it, I really want to look at this team and see what kind of future we have, right? We have some younger players, Danny O'Neal, AJ Duffy, the current starting quarterback, I believe. I just want to see who we kind of want to start, who we want to develop. We might redshirt Danny O'Neal and see if we can get an extra year out of him. But I really need to look at his skill caps, kind of see if it's even worth it. We really need a running back as our only. And we have Lucky Sutton as a younger running back, sophomore. Cam Davis is a junior. Two seniors leaving this year Keenan Kristen, 98 speed, 97 excel is awesome, but probably not going to cut it. Jay Sean Pope leaving at the end of the year as he's a senior. And we don't have a lot of speed outside of that. We kind of really, the success to this game is bringing in athletes and speed, so we're going to need to do that. Tight end is also really questionable. Do not have a lot of good tight ends. I have a feeling, look, they're an 80 overall team, so we're going to have to really, really develop. The problem is choosing the motivator course. You really need players to get drafted to develop the team. I'm going to hope that we have some good offensive coordinator or some good coordinators to really, although we do have a really good sophomore in Trey White at the right end position. So he is a potentially could get drafted with 2 years left. But we need players to get drafted. So hopefully we can bring in some coordinators that can recruit really well. That's kind of what we'll look to throw at the coordinators. Maybe some growth there. And then try to build up motivator for Pete Carrol because everybody kind of knows the motivator and defense is his thing. That's what he does best. As I'm really just not seeing, there's some potential from some of these sophomore redshirt guys, but there is not a lot outside of that. This team really, really could use some help recruiting. And again, not being a recruiter, that's going to be very difficult. All right, well, Danny O'Neal and AJ Duffy are very similar players. I'm going to start Danny O'Neal, I believe, this year as his skill caps, I think, are just a little bit higher, and I really want to get him developing. Well, we have 5 points to put somewhere, and we really, really want to get to that tier 3. So we're going to start. It all starts at the quarterback position, so we're going to start with tier 1, and hopefully at our next upgrade we'll be able to get to tier 3 here. And if we can get that on at least a good portion of these, that'll work out really good for developing this team. And our first look at recruiting, we don't have a lot of prospects up here, but we're really swinging for the fences, going after some 4-stars. We don't have a lot of points. So our goal is going to be to try to get these guys on visits fairly fast. And, we play 3 games a season. So hopefully we'll try to stack some really good games up that way and just play those games and see if we can't get some of these 4-stars to commit. And then later on go after some 3 and 2 stars to really bring this recruiting class together. Well, we're 6 games into the season, and it's time for an update as we are going to play this Washington State game as we have a good amount of recruits coming to it. Now, we do have a good amount of points. We have gotten a 4-star left tackle. We got a 4-star, I believe he's a tight end. Maurice Orgy locked us out. What else happened? Maybe we give Papo or Papo some points. We still only have 2 recruits. We've got some visits scheduled. I'm really curious to maybe we play this Lobos game to try to bring Nick in here. And we are 3-3, which, you know, it is what it is. We're not the perfect team this year. It's not really a letdown as Danny O'Neal, 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. You don't really like the interception numbers, but he is a true freshman, so hopefully in the coming years he gets that together. Rushing, not great from Keenan Kristen, but I guess we're not really a rushing team. Receiving, Polk leading the way with 509, 3 touchdowns. Shaw with 4. Not really worried about blocking as Latuli leads the team in tackles. Trey White, our probably best defensive player in TFLs. And Owen Chambliss in sacks, as Trey White's only got a half sack halfway through the year. He's our best defensive player. And only 2 interceptions, 1 for each safety. You really hope we can kind of turn that around, as both are thinking about transferring now. Let's hop into this game against Washington State. All right, we're going to do the moments, a big first quarter drive, so we'll hop in for a little bit here. I'm waiting to change our offensive scheme and playbook until I bring in the coordinator I want to bring in. And right now we don't have that guy. Now Polk is super fast, so hopefully this game we can kind of take advantage of that as we hit James. Get a nice little gain there, getting close to the first down. Now remember, Danny O'Neal can take off as he just completes one over the middle. A little later than I wanted that to be, really. His throwing animation is a little slow. Just throw that one away. We tried to escape. Now, Kristen has, like, insane speed, which I'd really like to be able to take advantage of. But he can't run away from the defender there. So on 3rd and 11, we're trying to move the ball a little bit, and we just... no time in the pocket. Nobody got open. Time to punt it away. As we get a really good punt here, actually. Puts them down to the 6. All right, well, as the moment said, we have a big 3rd down here. It's time for us to try to make a stop. 3rd and 5. And no, we're just going to leave them open and then miss the tackle and let them get into the end zone. We probably shouldn't come in on defense. Well, we scored back. Now we have a chance on 3rd and 7. We need to at least try to get into field goal range, but we're not going to do that as we drop it. Oh, no, we do get a big field goal kick. A 55-yarder. I'm terrible at these. I missed it. That was terrible. Okay. Ooh, we got a flag. Did they rough the kicker? We get saved. Well, after getting saved off of a shanked kick, for whatever reason they roughed the kicker, our offensive line's terrible. I'm trying to run the ball. Even inside zones, like light box, doesn't matter. The players are just getting through as easy as they can as we hit James and get down to the 1-yard line. Or we're going to try to run the ball again with Kristen, but we don't have a lot of faith. But he does squeeze his way into the end zone and puts us up by 7. All right, as much as I would love to get a stop here, I don't have faith in myself. Oh, he throws it away out of the back of the end zone. Only 8 seconds left on the clock. we could go into the half with the lead. And another throw out of the back of the end zone. 3 seconds left. Time for a field goal block. Just don't rough the kicker here. That's all we can do. Maybe we can hope for a block. Nope. But he misses it. Oh, that's awesome. College kickers. Well, they're back in the red zone. They drove down. If we can get a stop here and force them to kick the ball, we'll feel really good about ourselves as we do hold them to no gain there. Why? Hey, get back on the line. Trey White, I feel like, has held or done not a lot this year. Let's see if we can. He's getting double teamed, though. No, that's just going to be wide open. Touchdown. All right, let's see if we can get a stop on this last drive. We have to win this game to get some of these recruits. As Trey White does get there first, slows them down just enough. And that's all we can hope for, as we really got to keep them out of the red zone. We're going to get tangled up there, but a big 3rd and 8. This is the game. Throwing it back and just throwing it away. He would have been closer to the first down there had he just took off. I guess that field general type quarterback will not run with the ball in this game. As Welsh does field the punt. I don't know why, but he gets a decent gain. We have 2 minutes and 37 seconds left. We've got to get in either really good field goal range or we got to score a touchdown, as Cooper is going to start really good here with a huge run down to the 25. Marquez Cooper puts us in field goal range. Now we can just kind of burn the rest of the game out. We're going to let this go to the 2-minute warning, and we'll see you on the other side. On the other side of the 2-minute warning, we just really want to try to gain a couple more yards, run this clock down to zeros or to like 1, and kick a field goal. So I know they're going to have to burn through their timeouts, but we're just going to let it tick down. Well, we got the first down there, and then I took a delay of game. It fell apart there. But we keep the ball. I don't know what 74 is doing there. He had a man to block. He just refused to block him. He refused to block 3 people. 1:13 left. We can still burn clock. It is 2nd and 20. How do we not get to the outside there? All right, 3rd and 22. They're out of timeouts, so I really do just want to run the ball, kick a field goal, win the game, and try to stop them on defense. I don't feel super confident about that as we get a gain of 4. A minute is left. We're going to go to chew clock. We're going to come out. I don't know why it didn't chew the clock. Kick this field goal, though, once the clock ticks down a little bit more. Give them about 30 seconds. Our kick is up and barely good, but that puts us ahead in the game. Now they have 22 seconds left. It's time to get a stop. We know they're passing it, so we're gonna pass commit, and we're gonna try to get after the quarterback with White and force him to throw the ball away early and get through those 4 downs. I'm just gonna stay on Trey White. He's our best defensive player. We're going to rush the passer here. They're going to they try to double team him. They get a little screen thing going, and they are going to get a lot of yards and get out of bounds. That help on the block really set them up good. Now they need a field goal to tie it. We've already seen them miss 1 so far, and they are back in field goal range. Now maybe we're going to ice them. I don't know if it's going to work or not. 6 seconds left. Their field goal kicker's already missed one. Let's see what happens. And he's going to make this one. We're going to overtime. Our defense is on the field in overtime. It's really surprising we have not been able to get home with Trey White. I don't know what he's had going on, and our defensive backs aren't good enough. But that's a 4th and 5. We force a field goal. Give me a miss, please. And he makes it. I'm stuck in an infinite loop of watching him hit a game-winning field goal, I think. Literally. It's an infinite loop of him hitting a field goal. I can do nothing. This game, dude. EA. Help me out. Oh, there we go. Okay, no, we are on offense. I don't know what happened there. But for a while, we got stuck in a loop of watching a guy kick a field goal. As Kristen is going to get the first down, and that's a good start to winning this game. All we need is a touchdown here, and of course on first down, we're going to keep it on the ground, and Kristen is going to walk in, and that should be game over as we take down Washington State with they have arguably one of the best college football logos. It's just awesome. But hopefully that won us some recruiting battles and got us some verbal commitments, as Keenan Kristen is the player of the game with 80 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Well, recruiting-wise, it did win us a couple more recruitments, but we did lose Dante Turbin, who I was really hoping for. But we get Darren Parmalee, and Kona Mahalona from Hawaii. Of course, we got Monk. It didn't get us anybody else. I think Nick, no, he comes week 11. I'm going to try to add some more recruits to this board and see if there's anybody else that we can bring into this team and try to get some more players. And after that win against Washington State, we have 10 more coaching points. We're going to dump into linebackers for an off-season training boost and probably start going for secondary. Well, it's about time for us to hop into this game against the New Mexico Lobos. We do have some recruits coming, so it is a very important game, and we do have them in overall, although they have us by record. Well, our first moment has come up, and we do have a 7-0 lead. They have us in record by 1 game. I thought they were a little bit better, as that was a close one, but we hit Shaw. I don't know what our struggles are specifically. I don't know if it's quarterback. I don't know what the deal is, as... Oh, he's gassed now. We're just going to throw that away. I thought we could dip, dodge, and duck. Dip, dive, dodge, duck, and dodge. Ooh, as that is almost intercepted. It doesn't quite go our way. We're going to have to settle for the field goal here. And it's up and good. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change these. Do a little bit of audibling, as Poke is like 98 speed. And we're going to take off with Duffy. Oh, Duffy's in. Why is Danny O'Neal not in? Did he get hurt? Knee cartilage tear, 6 weeks. That's not good. No wonder I couldn't run earlier. I'm sitting here trying to run with AJ Duffy. But maybe that made our decision for us about who our next quarterback is, as we go deep to Poke, and he brings it in for the long touchdown. All right, we got to take control of this drive. We only have a 3-point lead here. That's okay, that works out perfectly. But we're going to get sacked with Duffy there, and it's not what we wanted to happen. We find ourselves needing to get a stop here on defense, as we are going to force pressure with Trey White and get that ball out early. And we are going to get a stop behind the line as they go for the screen pass. 3rd and 15. This is where we bring the blitz. Try to get the safety. And they're going to get the first down. That always happens. It never works in my favor on this game. In any game, actually. Bringing a blitz never works. Especially not with a lower overall team. As we do force an incompletion there. We just have to get the ball back. It's only a 3-point game. We don't want to go in overtime again. As Trey White, he beats his defenders, but he has just not been able to come up with a sack. Well, we're on the other side of the 2-minute warning, and there's just a lot we need to fix, work on. They get a gain of... That was a generous gain of 7. And he holds on to that. Oh, okay. We can't stop their offense. I feel like I know they're passing it. And that, we are going to get to the quarterback there on the screen pass. We really need to improve this defense. And we do have some good young talent coming in, which is a plus. We keep getting chipped. We're going to dive for the interception there. Not get it. Give up the first down. This is tough. Maybe we swap stuff up a little bit. I don't know what that was, but okay. Bring the blitz. And get the TFL. I was going to say from Eli Sanders, but that is not his name. I'm really trying to get a sack with Trey White. We're right there all day. We just keep getting beat. A DB on a tight end getting beat. We're kind of in an area where we let them score. We're kind of in an area where we let them score. That way we get the ball back. Let them walk in. Let them walk in. Let's get the ball back and let's drive down the field ourselves. 50 seconds left. This is where we move down the field ourselves. As we hit Shaw on a deep corner route. Moving the ball to the 43. We've got to score a touchdown here, so we don't have a lot of time to goof off. Oh, he's going to read that for him. He was wide open, and we're going to lose to the Lobos. Well, you start out hot, and then you just fall short. Hopefully that doesn't cost us any recruits. All right, well, this is our last game of the year, so we're going to go ahead, and before we do it, actually, we're going to upgrade our coaching points, and we have just enough to give our defensive backs an off-season training boost. It's exactly what we wanted to do. Now we're hopping into this game against Air Force. We're both 5-6. We're similar overall. You know we're playing the moments. There's no reason I'm playing the full game here. And it's a 3rd and 7. And for some reason, the hot call here is just verticals. I don't know why, but we're going to get it to Kristen, who is going to get a first down there. That's exactly what we want. AJ Duffy's still out here. We know our starting quarterback is hurt. We've got some stuff to work through, but Duffy is good enough to win games. Maybe not against super good teams, but he's good enough to win games if need be. He's impact depth player. As he squeezes that one in for the touchdown. I want to let y'all know I hate playing defense. We're gonna give up points no matter what. And of course, we let up the first down there. We're gonna skip this moment. Just let them get there. Okay. We're back. They're still on on offense. Into the second quarter now. 3rd and goal. Give me a stop. Give me a sack. There we go. Make them kick a field goal. I'm not... Oh, they're going for it. I wasn't going to read that at first. As they do the halfback dive and they get into the end zone. We don't have the people up front to stop it. Another, well, it's 1st and 10, only a minute and 36 left. But the play call seems to be verticals. But we're going to hit James out of the backfield. Get a nice little gain down to the 24. I guess it's time for us to try to score. And we're going to try to take advantage of Kristen's superstar speed. As hopefully he can run away, and he does. And that's going to be a play that results in a touchdown. You get your fastest player the ball in wide open space, and he's going to score. And apparently we got the ball back in the red zone with 37 seconds left. And that was a dumb throw. But you know we got to go for it on 4th and 2. Try to get the ball. I have yet to throw the ball to our star receiver, and I'm just going to take a sack. Well, we're back in the red zone in the 3rd quarter. As we are able to hit Shaw, and he's going to walk into the end zone untouched. And we just keep winning this game. That's all we want. We needed 5 wins to keep our contract and not get terminated. So hopefully... And he breaks that tackle and gets into the end zone. That's crazy to me. Yeah, we needed 5 wins, so we do keep our job. 6 gives us a bowl game. And that's what we want. We want to get into bowl games and win them, as we are going to get a gain of 4 there from A.J. Duffy, who's had a pretty remarkable day. 14 of 18, 3 touchdowns. That's pretty good if you ask me, as our offensive line just... We don't have a running offensive line, and it sucks because I'm a big just run the football kind of guy. That wasn't your route. That was not the route. So we're going to take the field goal to try and give us a little bit more than a 1-score game here. And we were successfully able to do that. And I know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to try a deep shot here. And we have Napier wide open down the field. And he's going to walk this in untouched for a touchdown. Well, I did something terrible. I got cocky. They came back. What is that? That's DPI all day. I got cocky. Now they have a 1-point lead on us. But we have a man open deep. Let's see if we can hit Brown in stride. And we do. And that puts us back up. Just throw your streaks, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you got to do. Now we got a 7-point lead. We're on defense with 27 seconds left. Oh, I messed up there. Just switched it. Got me so bad. That could have been really bad. I was trying to call an audible as they snapped it. Or something. Not necessarily an audible, but... You know what I mean. And it's time for... I was going to say Tampa 2. I'd like to try to get... The computer throws it so fast. I am trying to get to the quarterback with Trey White. I haven't been able to get a sack with him in 3 games. And I consistently beat who I'm playing against. It's 3rd and 2. This is pretty much Hail Mary time. And that's exactly what they do. Swat the ball down. Zeros on the clock. San Diego State gets 6 wins this year. And that 6 wins gives us another 10 points to put onto or into our coaching abilities. And I don't really know where to spread them out from here. I think we're just going to go running back because it's the next in line, really. We've gotten kind of our defensive. Maybe I should have gone specialists, but, running backs is the next choice. Then we'll go to receivers. Well, this is where we go ahead and we fire our offensive and defensive coordinators. We want to bring in our own guys and see if they can do better. And Dylan Gabriel wins the Heisman. We don't get any awards, of course, but we do get a bowl game against 19th ranked Kansas State. Now, normally I only hop in for 3 games. This is a game I'm going to hop in against. I believe we can start hiring staff here. So, what we need to look for is just a kind of high level like Richard Sykes, who is a tactician but has some recruiter and strategist tree work. He's currently a head coach, works off the veer and shoot, so we may have to change to that. But I think that's what we're going to go after. He is kind of the best looking coach of the offensive coordinators. Defensively, we're looking for a base 4-3 guy. I don't see that, but I am interested if there's nobody really above a 20. So we might wait a week and hope our options get better. Well, like I said, this is probably the only bowl game we're going to hop into. But being it's a ranked opponent, I really want to do it and hope it helps us out for like the transfer portal and stuff. Well, we got a big first drive here against this team, and I hope we can get stuff worked out, as I believe that's probably going to be a hold and it's going to push us back 10 yards. I'm really curious to see how our team does next year. But we do have a wide open Napier who's shown to have speed before and gets us all the way down to the other 30 on our second play of offense. Now, I don't really have a lot of faith that we'll be able to run the ball. I know what the shape of our offensive line is, but we might catch a play here and there, and that's where Keenan Christian gets a gain of 9. We still have a light box, right? We're trying to run to the left side here. You see there's 3 players. Those 3 players are accounted for, and we get the first down. Danny O'Neal is back in action this week, which is awesome, as he is going to hit Shaw and get a nice gain of 9. Danny O'Neal had a lot of really good potential. He's got a lot of good stats and skill caps, as we're going to try to hit Brown in the end zone, and we do, and we're on the board first. We need to make a big 3rd down stop, and I think the best way for me to do that is not to try to play as Trey White. That's just a plain and simple matter of fact, and he gets the sack when I'm not playing as him. That's exactly what you want, a 4th and 21, and our defense needs to step back up. Somehow they got the ball down here again. I don't know if it was a turnover. It kind of had to be. Oh, we just couldn't keep up with that, and they are able to return the favor and tie the game. I don't want to play only defense on this. As much as it may seem that I want to play only defense, there is not the slightest bit of me that wants to play only defense on this. Give me some offensive 3rd downs. We're in man coverage. I know this isn't going to work, but I like to hope sometimes. Yeah, no, he was just wide open. A 61-yard field goal. I'm not even trying. I'd rather do a Hail Mary. I have zero faith in a 61-yard field goal. Hail Mary it is. We got Bennett. We got Napier. We're going to try to work some stuff up here to try to get somebody open and maybe work into the end zone. No, we're just going to get sacked, fumbled, and recover. All right, we're back on the other side of the half. We have the ball at the 4-yard line here. As we're going to hit Shaw, he's going to work into the end zone. Puts us up by 7. What's the score here? We are up by a touchdown. We have a 3rd and 5 where it looks like a run. But you really got to be prepared for that play action. That's exactly what happened as Phillips is there and forces the incompletion. They're going for it, though. 4th and 5. What do you do here? I'm going to try to play as Chainless and take away 14. And that's what we do. We don't get the pick, but we were all over it. And we got a big drive to end the game. We know exactly what we need to do. We need to hit Brown on this streak as they are in a cover 3. And he is wide. He's got the deep ball and he catches it. That gives us a ball in plus territory. What more could you ask for? We're down at the 15-yard line. We're going to try to go to the run here, burn some of their timeouts with 2:48 left. And Christian's going to get a first down. If a 6-6 San Diego State can take down Kansas State, we're going to be in good shoes or good hands as we get a hold. And it's gonna be a hold. We get a flag, I meant, but it's gonna be a hold. I knew immediately. What kind of tight end wears number 95? That's ridiculous. All right, so we got a 2nd and goal from the 14 now. After the holding penalty, it's time for us to try to hit, and he catches it in the end zone for the touchdown. I was just talking shit about how he was number 95 as a tight end. He makes a diving catch to put us up by 2 touchdowns. We have a good shot at winning this game. I wonder what happened to Polk. He had to have gotten hurt. But with the way this defense looks, I have an idea. And it's to bomb them deep. And we got Napier, who is going to break a tackle there and walk into the end zone and give us another 2-touchdown lead. And we do end up winning the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. The only thing that wasn't guaranteed on this game was the money line. As we take them down, Danny O'Neal, your player of the game, 352 passing yards and 5 touchdowns. I mean, he didn't have any rushing touchdowns. They were all through the air, as he showed why he is our next big quarterback. Well, people can say what they want, but year 1 we finish with a winning record and win the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. What more could you ask for out of San Diego State? I mean, I guess as a viewer, you could ask for an undefeated season because it is a video game, but it's not what we do around here. And that doesn't give me a level anything. Trey White, though, player of the game, 2 sacks, 3 TFLs, or 3 tackles and 1 TFL. From the sophomore, he's probably leaving us next year, but he is fantastic. And we didn't get the offensive coordinator we wanted. Now, that is kind of a bummer, but we do have Aaron Watson here, who is a tactician, which is interesting. If we can get people playing better, that's kind of what we're going for. I wish kind of said on the home screen instead of their other offers. On the defensive side of the ball, things really got worse. I'm kind of Santiago Dugan. We won't really get our recruiting players here. Maybe we change that up. Maybe we go after Anthony Gideon, who has similar prestige and is only 2 levels behind. or Daryl Granger. He's a motivator. That's what we are already. Maxwell Swenson. Yeah, we're going to go after Anthony Gideon. That is our target there. He gets the recruiter. And that's kind of what we're going to stick with. We kind of got one of everybody here. And we get both coaches. One in Aaron Watson, one in Anthony Gideon. Hopefully, they carry us fairly well and we're able to really improve this program. Well, we have a lot of people looking to leave. And I believe we try to target the youngest, highest overall players first. Well, first our highest overall in Chris Johnson. Hopefully we can get him to stay. That doesn't work. Left tackle is also very important with Joseph Bourgeon. He stays. Owen Chambliss needs to stay. And he's not going to. Josh Hunter, another young player. We'd love to stay. He's not going to. And then Brady Nassar is kind of my next big worry, as he's young. He's not going to stay. We're just going to try to get the rest of these guys. Well, we're at National Signing Day, and this is one of my favorite parts because we get to look at dev traits for our new recruits. As Parmalee's got normal from Theus, impact from Maylana, impact from Nick. I'm not even going to try to say that because I just can't. Normal from Roman Nakamura. Elite from Cam Monk, the tight end. Normal from Dorian Beck, the tight end. We didn't get Hassel. Star from Javon Cantrell, the strong safety. Normal. Impact from Grant Davis, the running back. We didn't get Jose Gregg. That's a bummer. He was normal dev. Oh well. Star from Keenan Sharga, the cornerback. Impact from Sean Dimke, the running back. Normal out of Truman. Impact out of Marcel Worley. Impact out of Tevin Goff. Normal. Impact out of Jackson Harris. I'm glad some of you I'm not glad I didn't get. Patrick McAdam, an impact dev. Ramon Sash, normal. And Deshaun Folk, normal. Ramon Sash, I didn't see that out of. He was the number one player in the state of New Mexico and 26th overall center. I was hoping for a dev trait there. Now our position changes is I don't believe we only have two athletes. One in Cam Monk, who's going to be a possession tight end and probably our starter. And the other is from Deshaun Folk, who is going to be a left outside linebacker. It just makes the most sense for us. And that's our recruiting class. It says we're a 78 right now, but we haven't gotten our off-season training results yet. Now, we have a lot of coach skills that we need to upgrade, and of course, they're all going into Motivator, as I wish we would have been able to do it a little bit sooner. And maybe we don't have enough to really finish it in or finish it off, but we're going to work towards it. We don't need but maybe 3 more coaching, or 3 more levels before we're able to finish off Motivator and move to the next tree, which is probably going to be the recruiting tree. Now we do have our training results, as this has us up to an 82, so we are growing a little bit. Kyle Crum apparently leading the way. Danny O'Neal up to a 79. AJ Duffy up to a 78. We're probably going to stick with Danny O'Neal. On the running back side, not a lot going for us. Receiver-wise, Lewis Brown hits that 86, that may be what he was at. I'm not sure we really, I mean, we need speed, so we'll see. Willie C, that's what we're going to call him, is going to be a target this year. Not a lot from the tight ends. Left tackle going up a little bit for Joseph Bajorn. Left guard going up a good amount from Miles Morrow. Center looks tough. Right guard, we're all right, but we need to focus scout. Right tackle is going to be another position we need to bring in. Left end, we have some rookies coming in. They're probably going to see the field. Right end, Trey White didn't go up at all, which is surprising. I guess he just didn't have the stats to do so. Defensive tackle, we get some slight upgrades. Left outside, well, linebackers, we don't really get any upgrades. Cornerbacks, nothing. Free safety, not getting any upgrades. But again, we're up to an 82 overall. Slight improvements with our current recruiting class. We should be pretty good. And as we take a look into year 2, see what the schedule holds and see what our most important games are this year, as I really believe we're probably going to have to hit Miami and California early and then kind of see where we need to bring recruits in after that to see if we need to jump back in. And as we take a look at who is going to be starting this year, Kyle Crum is kind of the best overall, but I think we're going to keep Danny O'Neal in at quarterback. That speed, the acceleration, he doesn't quite have the throw power that Kyle Crum does, but he's got better abilities, and his accuracies aren't super far off, and he's just got a higher skill cap. Danny O'Neal is going to be the starting quarterback. At the running back position, we're hurting a lot. A couple freshmen coming in. Hopefully they can kind of add to this backfield a lot, as Lucky Sutton and Cam Davis are kind of our two stars in the backfield anyway. Lewis Brown, obviously our star receiver, but his last year, so hopefully he can have a good one. Outside of that, we really don't have a lot of speed outside from Cianfreni as a 95 speed. I thought we did bring in some freshmen with decent speed, but those guys are going to get redshirted. Our freshman tight end, Cam Monk, he's going to start. He's going to play right away. He's the best option at tight end, and hopefully he's a viable receiver for Danny O'Neal. The offensive line is starting to look really good. Outside of the center position, where we're going to have to start our rookie, Ramon Sash. But outside of that, pretty decent. We definitely have some people to develop. Defensive end, of course, Trey White stayed. He's a junior now. Didn't get a huge bump, which makes me feel really good. And we have Sepulveda here behind him to develop and take over next year. Right end, Oliver's here. We have the freshman, Parmalee, that we're probably going to redshirt and let him develop. Defensive tackle-wise, we're looking all right. Nothing too great. Linebackers, Kona Mehalana, the freshman, left outside linebacker. He's going to get the start. Middle linebacker, Latuli, still looking okay. We got some... So we don't have any freshman middle linebackers. We got some currently on our prospect board. In right outside linebacker, senior Brady Anderson. Looks like he's going to be taking a bulk of the snaps, as we don't really have any backup right outside linebackers, which is kind of scary. And then cornerback, we definitely need to focus some corners. Safeties, they look all right. Looks like we got some people that could step in. Staley is still a junior, so I'm not really worried about him leaving yet. And hopefully we can bring in some more safeties in this next class. And as far as recruiting goes here in year two, you know, we're taking some big swings on some higher star players. Gonna do that early. If we get knocked out of races quick, we'll come back down to the real world and go after some 3 stars that are on the board that hopefully will take a little bit longer to decide where they want to go. All right, time to hop in against number 4 ranked Miami. This would be huge for our recruiting if we can get a win in this game and really show that. I mean, it'd help our coaching prestige a little bit, our championship contender, all that stuff. So let's hop in. Let's get us a win. Well, y'all know we play the moments, and this is the first drive, so it's always a moment. I don't know why Crum is in, as I'm pretty sure I made sure he wasn't going to be, but we do get the first down there to Lewis Brown. Now, I do want to go ahead and put Danny Daniels in. Or Danny O'Neal. I keep calling him Danny Daniels. That would be a way better name. As we can try and continue this first down drive. Now, I'm going to try not to get burnt by them looking like they're pressing the outside guys. Just try to run it. Keep stuff small. As that is out of reach for Lewis Brown. I was really hoping. We had him wide open, man. Got to keep it going, though. And what happened to Danny O'Neal? I feel like he was not that bad. His accuracies aren't that bad. He's just missing wide open guys, causing us to have to punt and lay a hit stick on the returner. Well, the defense gave up 1 score really quick, and now it is their offense is back on the field, and we're going to try and stop them. But that should be an interception for Buxton. He's going to run out of bounds, get the offense the ball back. Let's see if they can move it. We are in the red zone. That's what you love to see. It might just take some time for old Danny O'Neal to get back in the groove of things. As I thought he was faster than a 400-yard tackle, but apparently not. Apparently I was wrong. We try to run it here. 2nd and goal. It's probably a bad spot to go to the run as, yeah. Don't get a lot there, and now, of course, you know, anytime it's 3rd and long, the only thing the computer recommends is all go. So we're all going to go. We're going to try to throw it up to the tight end there. Going to have to settle for the field goal. And it's going to be up and good. I'd love for the defense to be able to force another stop here with only a minute to go in the first half. Only a 4-point game. And why that guy was that wide open, I don't know. They just ran. They ran all go, and it worked for them too, huh? Or it didn't work for me. It worked for them. They're gonna decline it, and we're gonna go for it as we are gonna kind of hope to get somebody downfield here. We do have Harris. He gets the first down. Going to call that timeout. We're down by a lot. We really need to win this game. We're going to try to get that cover 2 safety to go to the inside. And Caffrini's got speed. And he's got the ball down at the 4. Call a second timeout. If we can get it 10-14, we'll be a little bit more comfortable. Like I said, it just takes some time for O'Neal. I just threw that right to the defender. I didn't see him dropping back there. Can we not catch up to a linebacker? I'm slowly losing more and more hope with this team. I know we're running man coverage. We do not have the corners to do. But it is going to be a run. And even though we get there, wow, 7 for 92. That is a stat line. From I think it's Martinez. And we get back there, and he still finds a way to gain a yard. A big 3rd and goal here. This could be a big stop. I say that, it'd make it a 2-touchdown game, as we're going to try and split the gap. And my guy just stopped. What is it? It's 4th and 10. We're in a really bad spot here. Again, we are going to try to kind of pull everybody off of however you say his name, because he's got 99 speed, and he's going to find his way into the end zone and get us our first touchdown. Our defense found a way to get a stop. The only problem is we've got no way of moving the ball, as Harris does not come up with it deep. Oh, that was a 4th down. Okay. I didn't realize it was a 4th down. I might have played that differently other than taking a deep shot. This game's really effectively over because that was the worst pursuit angle I've ever seen. It's going to have me come in on offense now. Probably do nothing with 1:46 left. Try to feed our freshman tight end, Cam Monk, I believe, is his name. I'm really going to hope for Kane Freeney. We got him. We might have been a little too... And he just misses the ball? He just missed the ball. That was terrible. Oh, that's too far inside for Harris, and that's going to be picked off the tip. Got a lot to work on. And that's going to wrap up that game, as we never stood a chance against this Miami team. All right, well, heading into this California game, we had 2 guys. We were number 1 on both of them. And Calvin Hendricks has a visit this week against Cal, but our playing style deal breaker is really affecting him, which means we need to get in here and we need to throw some touchdowns. And for Hyman, we have to win this game in order to put ourselves back in the race and keep our championship contender. I don't think we're really in bad spots for a lot of other people. We have lost out on some recruits, but we haven't really made a lot of progress on anybody in particular. Now, we are number 1 on the 5-star. Now, let's see if we can change this, and we can hard sell him and try to keep it at just a hard sell to free up 20 points. Hopefully that works and we keep growing there. Now, the other 20 points, I just kind of want to be able to put on, maybe we offer this free safety a scholarship. We put 15 points on him. I don't really know what he's like, but that's what we're going to do right now. And we're going to hop into this California game. I don't want to lose the points I'm putting on those big-time guys, but I do know we need to score some touchdowns this game. We got a big first quarter drive, and we're not ranked or rated that much worse than this Cal team, even though they are number 12, and Crum is back in. I don't know why it's not benching him, but we're going to keep him in. You know what? If he's in, we're going to keep him in. He's got better throw power, and hopefully he can just get in here, throw some touchdowns, as we are going to throw it up to Napier. I thought he had his man beat, but something happened there. We really need... I don't know if we need passing yards. I don't know if it's just touchdowns, but the play style for said quarterback is not accurate, as we hit Brown again over the middle for a big first down. We're going to... my goal here is to throw like 6 passing touchdowns to try to get that guy back. And that's going to be picked. because it was telegraphed from a mile away, because you can't throw stuff as fast as you want in this game. All right, back in the red zone, we really need to throw a touchdown here, and my goal kind of is I'm going to put Monk on a streak, and as long as he's kind of able to win, he's not. Crumb's going to try to sneak forward, but even though he had the lane, he did not have the speed. Crumb is just not really good, but he does hit Monk, and Monk is breaking tackles left and right to get the first down. I need to throw a lot of touchdowns today, as Harris is going to get leveled at the 2-yard line. We're going to keep coming out and throwing the ball. Like I said, we need to throw some touchdowns. And we're going to get sacked there because nobody gets open. I really ought to just call the play I know I want to play. Oh, and the defender makes an outrageous play on that. And here's the thing. We're going to come out. And we're going to run a little play action here. I didn't realize we were this far off, but oh, I thought I threw a pick, but it works in my favor. We get the touchdown to a number 95 tight end. You got to love it. All right, we have a touchdown lead here against Cal. Time to make it a 2-touchdown lead as my players get intertwined with each other and can't get open. I was really hoping that somebody would be able to get open there. Just not enough to get it in there to Brown. I was really hoping he would make something work there. And we just don't have enough speed. We're going for it. We need to throw passing touchdowns. That's all I care about. If I can't throw passing touchdowns, which we have one right there, squeezed it in, a tight window throw, and another big third down here. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we try to take that deep safety help away and lay it over top to Brown. But he's not going to have the speed to get up under it. So that's going to be a fail. They think I'm going to kick a field goal here on 4th and 10. And little do they know, I'm not doing that. As Davis, he doesn't hold on to the ball. Well, we get another chance on the 2-minute drill here. Try to lay it up for Monk, and he catches it. That was incredible. That might be why we keep Crum in here, is just because of his ability to layer it. And we try to go up top to Harris. We thought we had a little window, but didn't quite have the throw power to get it up. 2nd and 10. I mean, I probably shouldn't be throwing it this way, but Monk is incredible and comes down with it once again, slides out of bounds. He's an incredible tight end for a freshman. And Brown gets the receiving touchdown. That's the 3rd of the day. We're really trying to get this play style increase going. 17 seconds left, back in the red zone. What else do you like to see? As we had Harris coming open late, I was hoping we were going to be able to squeeze it into him there. Didn't quite have the time from the offensive line. And another pick. I thought we were going to have that one too, but we didn't. It's a 4th and 3 here. I'm interested to see what they do. And they complete that. They're going for it on 4th down again. Today, our defense has been really good. Even Miami, these ranked teams, we've kind of been holding okay, but I guess not. They're going for the onside kick here. We got to recover, and then we got to put points up. Why does it not let me control where I'm trying to run? I really wanted to play offense there. Going for it on fourth down. Are they going to run it? No, it's going to be a throw. Force the fumble. They get the timeout. That's going to be game over. We may not have gotten the play style increase that we really wanted, but we won the game, which should help our championship contender grade. And none of these grades are really going up the way I'd expect. We really need to get these going. I don't know how to increase the play style deal breaker for field general quarterbacks. Just went up a coaching level, so we got 10 points to put towards some stuff. And I think it may be time for us to unlock the recruiter. We've got to get better recruiting classes in here. But I'm going to change that. We're going to go tactician for this. That's what Pete Carrol truly is. He's a defensive tactician. So that's going to be our next kind of wave of upgrading. And we do get our first commit in Greg Pierce. We have some other players that we really are excited to try to bring in, like Ahmad Hyman, who is not ready to be brought in yet. Really kind of focusing on... Can we bring in Jake? Not till week 14. Not really a big deal. So we may lose out on him. We did lose out on Antonio Traylor. That's upsetting. Oreo we lost out on. It's time to really start working on some of these other guys. Is it time to hard sell yet? It looks like it is. So we're going to hard sell Micah Hyman. I believe he's a center. Really big need for us, and he comes in against UNLV. We have some visits scheduled. We have Micah Hyman against UNLV. That's our one visit. We have some players ready for a visit. I don't know if I want to bring Tremaine Church in just yet. I might just leave that going. None of these players are like top tier players other than Jake Mast, and we just don't have the time. So, I mean, if I could schedule a visit against somebody, it'd have to help. And I wish I could do UNLV, but it's just, I can't. The bye week does nothing. I'm going to have to do UNM and hope we win that game. And sell him on playing time. But this game against Utah State, we're going to go ahead and simulate. Hopefully we can get the win, as we are 5-2. And it looks like we lost. I say it looks like. We definitely lost, which is a bummer because hopefully Jake Mast decides not to join the program. We're so close to getting Ahmad Hyman. He would be awesome for our team. So since Mast left, we have to really kind of try and focus some other left outside linebackers like Jay Hillman. I mean, I don't really want busts, non-gym players. I'm just trying to cast a large net here. That's not what I wanted. It didn't let me go up. We lose out on a tight end and Tavares Dexter, but we still have two quarterbacks that are very interested in coming to our team. Hopefully we can get those guys, and we're just going to add another tight end to the list. In this game against UNLV is going to be the third game we play, just because I believe we do have a recruit coming, so it is big for us to win this game. A big first drive. We do have Danny O'Neal in. We did finally make that change, and it's stuck, as we are going to try to throw it deep to Napier, who gets his hands on it but can't come down with it. We really should have focused running back in this recruiting class, and we have not, so it might be something we look to try and add as we hit Harris and get the first down. Like, I'd love to be able to run the ball, but we just don't have the running backs for it. I try. I get it out here, and I try with Lucky Sutton. I mean, with a name like Lucky Sutton, you'd think he'd be able to run the ball a little bit better, but he does not. So we're going to try a touch pass here with Brown. And we get the block. We get the first down. We got some room. Brown just does not have the speed to take it all the way as Ramon Sash is hurt. That's not good for our O-line. He's our best rated center at like a 67 overall. Lucky Brown getting a gain of, or Lucky Sutton getting a gain of 3. And Sash is out for the rest of the game. As we try to go to a little bit of play action here. Try to lob it over top, hit Harris, and he comes down with it. That's exactly what you want. Go back to the play action here. They're crowding the line of scrimmage like they think it's a run. We do have a tight end open. If we can hit him, he gets into the end zone for the touchdown, and we're back in the red zone now. This is exactly what we need. Control the game, win the game. As Lucky Sutton is going to break free, run into the end zone for the touchdown. I don't think we have any more like of those play style deal breakers that we really need to focus. So just getting the win is our big kind of goal here. As I knew Kane Freeney would be in this formation, and we want to try to get either him or Harris open. As we actually probably should have tried Kane Freeney. I don't even know if that's how you say his name, but that's how I'm saying it, just because that's how you read it. As we do find Brown, he gets a nice gain in the first down, gets out of bounds at the 24. I wish just Brown had that breakaway speed. He doesn't quite have it. We lofted up to Harris. Doesn't come up. I mean, he's supposed to be like a big physical guy. Doesn't bring down the 50-50 balls at all. I'd rather just have Kane Freeney in his spot to come away with speed as we hit Davis on the Texas route. This may not have been a game we needed to hop in to, but with a recruit coming, you can never be safe as O'Neal doesn't have the time to get rid of the ball. Now we got Kane Freeney in. Time to hit him with a streak. See if they can keep up with the lightning speed. And it looks like he has a step, but it's slightly underthrown. O'Neal doesn't quite have the arm strength there yet, but, you know, maybe one day. As he is able to find Brown over the first down marker, or across the first down. I was a little hesitant there. Getting hit while throwing it puts that ball in the air for a long time. Hit Napier, get a gain of 5. I kind of forgot that we're fighting the clock here with the 2-minute warning. Or not the 2-minute warning, but the 2-minute drill. As we hit Brown, and he takes it all the way down to the 7-yard line. We don't want to give them the ball with too much time left on the clock. So we're going to try a run here, try to slow stuff down a little bit, see if it's what they're expecting. And I pretty much get tackled, or Lucky Sutton pretty much gets tackled by his own offensive lineman. O'Neal. Come on, dude. Just throw it away. Throw it away there. He's not quite fast enough, and it could be the -5 speed from getting beat up to get away. As we hit Kane Freeney, he holds on, taking the tough hit on the hospital ball, gets the touchdown. All right, we're back in the red zone. We've kind of running away with this game, really. And that's the style you like to have. And yeah, that should have been, we should have known that was coming. All right, they are going for it on 4th down, which means we're going to bring some pressure, try to see if we can force the completion in the first down. All right, well, we got the ball back. It's 3rd and 2. I have a feeling they're run committing, and it makes me want to fucking just throw it deep. And they do run commit, and we have Brown wide open, walking into the end zone.
All right, they got a big fourth down. I mean, the game's over. We don't really need to come in here, but we're going to go ahead and do it. It's an extra play. Maybe we can get an interception or a sack or something. And no. But we forced a turnover on downs. And that'll wrap it up 28-10. Lewis Brown, 7 catches, 171 yards, and a touchdown. Obviously the player of the game. And let's see what that game did as far as our visits went. Hopefully we get a commitment. And it doesn't seem to have helped at all. As did we already lose out on the center? Is that what I'm... No, Hyman still... When does he come? Yeah, he came against UNLV. So close to committing. We're runaway favorites. We just don't quite have him there yet. It's like he's waiting on somebody else. Well, we had a really good season, an improvement on last year's. We go 8-4, lost 2 tough games up front, beat Cal, who is no longer ranked. Neither is Miami that we lost to. Went on a nice little streak. Once we put in O'Neal, we had a really good streak going. We did lose the last game to the New Mexico Lobos, which sucks because we are third. It took us out of the conference championship, I believe, which is terrible. But we do have some coaching skill upgrades, and we're going to start with the defensive side of the ball and, of course, the secondary, because Pete Carroll's known for his fantastic secondaries. So we're going to go ahead and get those players playing right first. Well, I don't know that I want to fire any of my coordinators. We played really good. I just feel like the roster let us down this year. I'm considering looking for a recruiter offensive coach, though, and I think we might do that. I may regret that, but we are definitely going to look for a recruiting offensive coordinator. And Miller Moss wins the Heisman Trophy. Yeah, right. We do find ourselves in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl against the South Alabama Jaguars. And it is time to look for an offensive coordinator where, like I said, we really want a recruiter. And it looks like we're going to have to skip week 1 because most of these guys aren't very big into recruiting. Hopefully next week we can get some better recruiting options. It's also early National Signing Day, and we did lose out on the 5-star quarterback. We were number 1 for so long. We just didn't have a good game to schedule him a visit for. Well, we currently only have 5 commits. A 5-star in there, though, along with a 4-star. Normal dev from the right end. We knew that he was a bust, but he's good. He should be good enough. He's got some good mental abilities. Jay Hillman, only normal dev. Finn Ibushi is impact dev, which is nice. We get some development. Micah Hyman, the 5-star center, impact dev. That's what you like to see out of the 5th ranked national player in the country. And Tremaine Church, the 3-star quarterback, who probably will start for us next year potentially, because he looks pretty good with the impact dev as well. We got to wait on the rest of these guys. We're still making some pushes, some late pushes for some more players, some big positions of need. And now we're going to simulate, see if we can beat South Alabama. We're not really worried about hopping into the bowl, although it would probably help my coach prestige. Will it show it here? Oh, no, we lost by 3 points to South Alabama. That is not good. It's just not good. This is kind of one of our last weeks to try and bring in a recruiter. And it's just not looking good for us, as most of these guys... Now, Joey Barrett is a master motivator, so maybe we kind of go his way. A master motivator might be the best way for us from this point forward. Hopefully he accepts and we can win some games with him. And he did. He's a master motivator. We might move on next year, as I really want a recruiter at the offensive coordinator spot. He doesn't have great prestige either. Hopefully, winning some games can turn that around. And to look at the players we have leaving, we kind of want at least, well, we definitely want Kona to stay. He's not. That sucks. We just recruited him. What about Latuli? He decides to stay. I'm not worried about AJ Duffy. I am really upset our left outside linebacker, Kona Mailona, is leaving us. Well, it's National Signing Day, so it's time to take a look at all the dev traits. And we knew a lot of them, like Ibushi was impact. We knew Hyman was impact. Tritola's normal. Impact from Antonio Saylor, which is nice at a left outside linebacker spot. Impact from Tremaine Church, the quarterback. Impact from the corner, Tyreek Kafka. Impact from Nate Smoker. Impact from Marcel Littlejohn. Impact from Owen Chambliss. And normal from Jaden Lagroni. It's time to do position changes. I believe we only have one position change we really need to make. And that's going to be Micah Hyman, who I thought was a center. But it looks like we might make him. And it's 6'4", 288. I don't really need a blocking tight end. I could make him a guard. That would be interesting. A right outside linebacker. That might be what he becomes. A really big right outside linebacker. I mean, what's his speed? 77 speed, though. That doesn't seem good. I don't know. We don't need a tight end. We might make him an offensive lineman, like a left guard, and just let that be his spot. I thought he was supposed to be a center. And you know what? We're going to make him a center. He's still good enough, and he'll start right there at the center position. And now it's time to look at the training boost. Is Danny O'Neal just got a small boost? I was really hoping for a lot more, actually. Crum just isn't a good starter. Like, we don't win with him. He's got incredible short accuracy, but the rest is just... we might just have to let it roll with him. Lucky Sutton, though, making his way up to an 85. Dimke up to a 74, so he'll take over that RB2 spot. Now, we did lose out on our star receiver, but we have some good people coming up through the ranks to develop more. This next recruiting class has to be good. Oh, our, I guess, sophomore now, tight end, Cam Monk, up to an 85 overall. He's going to get drafted. He's only a sophomore. Offensive line looks like it's developing nicely. Briley Barron getting up to an 80. Ramon Sash up to an 81. And we just brought in, we might have to change the position of Hyman again. Maybe right guard, even though Lamar Hollis looks pretty good at a 78. Right tackle, Kai Hollick looks, you can deal with it. Nick Sepulveda looks like he's going to be running that left end spot. Marcel Worley even looks pretty decent. And so does Ryan Henderson. Right end, Trey White, of course, looks fantastic. We got Ezekiel Larry behind him, and Parmalee still, even though he didn't get any offseason training boost. Maybe we move Hyman to defensive tackle. That might have to be where we move him. Left outside linebacker, Danny Nui, looking serviceable, as we did just lose our best one. Latuli looks great. We have no right outside linebackers. Well, we do, just none got off-season training boost. Corners, it's going to be a tough year for our corner spots, but We got a lot of young sophomore guys, so hopefully they can continue to develop. Free safety looks good. Strong safety looks good. We might have to swap some positions around. And before we start year 3, we have some coaching points to spread out, and we're going to start maxing out our DBs. And I think the next thing we really need to focus on is our linebackers. Our defensive line should be good enough as is. So we're really going to focus those linebackers. That gives us 10 points. We'll throw on the DBs to really try to get our defensive tactician boost going. Well, here we are going into year 3, and to take a look at our schedule, we don't have any tough games on it this year. So maybe some of those losses we took last year could turn into wins, as we did gain a half star in our rating, and we are currently first in the Midwest Conference, or Mountain West, at an 85, a true 85 overall across the board. And to take a look at our recruiting to start, we're going after a lot of 4-stars, similar to the way we did last year, but I feel a little bit better about competing with some of these guys to try and bring them in. Now, I haven't really decided what games we want to hop in against. I definitely want to hop in against the New Mexico Lobos because they kind of spoiled our year last year. And then I'm not sure which other game we want to hop in. And we might hop in back-to-back weeks because we want to start getting some rivalry wins. And our rival seems to be Fresno State. So we're going to have to hop in there and take Fresno State down. Well, I told y'all the first game we were going to hop into is this game against the Lobos. As we want our get back, we are rated higher, way higher than we should, than our record says anyway. But we started Crum for the first couple games, and he doesn't win games. He's terrible at an 86 overall. And of course, we have our first moment here, a third down. Surprised we didn't get the first drive, keep it alive situation going on. But we got some fast guys. 3rd and 10. And O'Neal can't get the ball out in time. Let's bring some pressure against this Lobos front. See if it gives us enough to force them to making a bad decision. And he doesn't have the time to get the ball away. So I would call that a success. A 3rd and 7. Seems we're struggling to move the ball ourselves today. And halfback screens in this game. I don't know why I continuously call them. I shouldn't. I need to stop. I just need to stop. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get Kane Freeney open. Kane Freeney. See if we can stretch the field with them. And we can't. And that's a 4th down. We should have tried to just get the first. Not doing a good job on offense today. I don't know what the problem is. I have a guess, but my guess is that it's our new offensive coordinator we hired. We get the first down. Now we're in the red zone, and I guess we're going to try to get the ball to Lucky Sutton here, as he will get a nice little gain there. Get us to the 5. I say a nice little gain. It wasn't that nice, but it gets us to the 5-yard line. And Napier is going to drop it. 3rd and goal, as I'm listening to Wolves howling as loud as possible. We hit Nolan in the end zone, get the touchdown. A big 3rd down. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. We're up by 4. Time to try to get a stop. And we're not going to get it. Just bring a blitz. That's what we're going to do. We're going to bring a blitz. We're going to use Latuli here. Try to put him in an uncomfortable situation, and they're going to throw the ball away. See? Force that throw away. Bring a blitz. That's all we can do. We're going to use Trey White here, and he's going to get bumped. And they're going to get a 3rd and inches there off of
something. I don't know what happened there. And then they get the touchdown. I seem to have better luck playing defense in the Bluebirds series than I do with a better defense, as Kane Freeney cannot bring in the pass there. I don't think Danny O'Neal's getting the help he needs to win these games. But Lucky Sutton is going to get a first down all the way down to the 4 on a 13-yard carry. He's hitting guys. Guys are dropping balls. But not there as Harris reels in the slant on the touchdown. Back in the red zone, going for the run as Lucky Sutton's going to walk in untouched for probably his biggest run of the day. Another third down. We're up by 11. So we're just going to try to run this. I feel like we have the box we need. And Lucky Sutton is going to get the first down all the way down to the 17. It's exactly what you love to see. 1st and 10. We're in the third quarter. Going to try to go to some slant stuff here, as we're going to go for Kane, and he's going to drop the ball. He really seems to be like a deep threat player, is all he seems good for, as we are going to hit, I can't say that, Gardenia, maybe? That seems about right. Danny O'Neal's 3 for 6. Have we not thrown the ball like at all today? As O'Neal is going to try to get the touchdown, but doesn't quite make it. And it seems as Lucky Sutton got hurt, so we're going to try to hand it to Dimke here. Get the touchdown. And Dimke's going to dive across. Get the touchdown. All right, going to try to put some pressure on the quarterback here on this 4th and 5. And my guys are just standing there. What are we doing on defense? It said they were going for the onside, and I chose just to come out in normal prevent. But we recover it, so it doesn't matter. Big 3rd and 3 here in the 4th quarter. They have down by 11, so the game's not over, as Lucky only gets a gain of 2 there. 4th down alert. We're going to try to keep this drive alive, and we might be getting a little too cute here, but we're going to go for it anyway as we try the jet sweep. Nolan's going to get it, and Lucky's going to kind of push him into the tackler, but he gets the first down. And we're just going to keep on keeping on here, going for running the ball and running this clock out. As Lucky Sutton gets down to the 3-yard line. Now we're getting cute. And we're going to get Danny O'Neal another passing touchdown. Game over. We get our revenge on the Lobos, 35-17. Now we got 10 points to upgrade some of our tactician skill tree. We're going to put it into the defensive line. That's going to be our main focus, this tactician part, as Pete Carrol really is just a defensive guru. We have to take down our rival, the Fresno State Bulldogs. I know the last game we're going to hop into is going to be the Air Force game. So we're going to go ahead and get into this game, though, and try to beat the hell out of the Bulldogs. And after one big play, we find ourselves in the red zone. So now it's time to try and take advantage of that. I'd like to try to get Monk the ball more, as he does seem to be really good. An 85 overall in his sophomore year. But it doesn't seem to be working out for us, as we are going to get sacked here. They have an 89 on their defensive line. I'm not taking that as an acceptable answer for what happens here. So we're going for it on 4th down. And O'Neal's going to be able to run for it. Dives into the end zone. Gets the touchdown. 3rd and inches. We're coming out in QB sneak. We just want the first down to gain. I watched Jared Goff do this like 8 times tonight. 2-minute drill though. Time for us to take back over as we do have a nice little lead on. I don't want to fade necessarily, but I guess that's my only option. A 2-touchdown lead. Oh, we had him. If we would have stayed in the pocket a little bit longer, we would have had him to go. I'm really trying to get Calfrini open down. Yeah, we're just going to take off here with O'Neal, scoot out of bounds, get hit late like we always do. It's just so easy when you have a guy with speed. That's what you got to do. And we're going to be able to do it again, and Monk is going to set the edge. I mean, I'm not really too concerned with trying to force the ball somewhere that is, well, as we do there. But when you have an athletic quarterback, I don't get too concerned with trying to force the ball. I just kind of let it go. As we do find Kane Freeney there, get the first down. The clock is moving, so we want to kind of try to hurry up a little bit to take a 3-possession lead. As we saw him late. No doubts about it. Oh, he could have dove. What is 16 doing? We had him wide open there. I was trying to get situated. As we throw for Monk, and it's incomplete. Just going to take the field goal, go up by 3 possessions. Hopefully we can make this. It's up. It's good. Barely. Wow. Well, we got a big end of the game drive here. Turns out it's only a 7-point game now. As when we ended the half there, it was 17-0. Our offenses seem to really struggle, but you know what? We're going to try to burn this clock down. Run the ball with Lucky Sutton. Keep getting first downs. And see, this is where they are going to make the mistake of run committing and clamping down on our fast receivers. And it's where I'm going to burn them. As Kane Freeney is going to have the speed to go over top and walk into the end zone, giving us a 10-point lead. It's a 14-point lead, as we are going to use our Latuli and bring the blitz here. As we force the incompletion on, that was on 4th down too. But we get our first rival victory of the series. Well, I said we were going to hop into this Air Force game, but our next game kind of has more meaning to it against Colorado State, as we have bigger recruits coming to that game, so I'm more interested in playing that game. But we're going to hop into this game against Colorado State, and this game has a lot of recruiting implications on it for 2 big 4-star recruits. There's a big 3rd down, and we got to make the stop, so you know on a 3rd and 10 we're bringing a blitz. Having a defensive lineman in coverage is not what we want, so we are going to back up here with Latuli, but we get the stop, force the field goal, and they make it. We got a big offensive 3rd down of our own here. A 3rd and 8. We are in field goal range, though, so worst comes to worst, we'll kick a field goal, but we get the first down with Monk, so we don't need to. And then we're in the red zone after a 2-yard play here. We really need, as I was hoping we could float that over that defensive lineman there, or linebacker or whatever he was. But on a 3rd and 8, we really got to make a stop here. And we're going to take off with O'Neal, lower the shoulder, get the first down. Go with the old 56 stretch here. Try to get into the end zone with Lucky Sutton. We're not able to get anywhere. And this defensive line is eating our lunch. 3rd and goal on the 2-yard line. And we're just going to run it in with Daniel O'Neal. It seems like they scored. Yeah, they did. They're up 10-7. We got a 3rd and 15, though. It's time to make a stop. And we do force the incompletion with the deflection. All right, a big 4th and 6 here. We're coming in. A minute left. We're not kicking the field goal. We're going to try to play aggressively. And I accidentally double-clicked the button and pump faked. That is a bummer. But a 4th and 5. There's one player I'm going after here, and it's Kane Freeney. He's the fastest receiver we have. Just going to try to get him out in space. It's almost intercepted, but that's the end of the half. All right, a nice blitz on a screen, and we get the sack, force a 4th and 15, and put him in out of field goal range. All right, we got a score here. The entire reputation of our program depends on it. As we hit Nolan, he's going to get the first down to the 7. We need a quarterback, and none of the guys that we have had have really developed the way we've wanted, as Lucky Sutton is going to get down to the 3. Going to go to Demke here, try to get the touchdown, and he's going to find his way, read his blocks, get into the end zone for the touchdown. I'm going to come out in the double A gap here. I'm going to, of course, back out into coverage. Doesn't matter. That guy was wide open. You know, the blitz has worked really well for us this game, so we're going to go back to it, try to see if we can't blitz this guy a little bit, and we do, but he still finds a completion there, even in man coverage. Landon Bell, the guy that's literally gotten us. Now, Trey White, I mean, in every game, I can never find a way to get him to the quarterback, but we got a 3rd and 1 here. It's time to bring a stop, and we do meet the running back in the backfield, force a 4th and 3, where they're going to go for it here. Well, I guess Trey White, the middle of the field was wide open there. Where was either of the players that was supposed to be covering the middle of the field, because they weren't there? And they are going to run the ball into the end zone for a touchdown. Go ahead, touchdown. Well, we got the ball back. 2 minutes and 20-something seconds left. We're going to try to lay it up to our speedy receiver, and Kane Freeney's going to get it on the first try. Why not go deep to him if he's going to catch the ball and put points on the board? And our defense has been good most of this game. We just need one more stop. As Trey White I can never get in with defensive ends. I don't know what it is, no matter how high they are rated. Somebody else is always open. Somebody is always open. So we're going to try to user Chambliss. I mean, we make the tackle with Chambliss after the ball is caught. Try cover one hole. Maybe. And Buxton's going to intercept it. And with the right speed, that should be a pick 6. That should end the game. That will be game 28-17. We beat Colorado State. Hopefully that helps us secure the 2 recruits we were really aiming to get. Well, Alonzo Barnett III, or AB3, as Virginia people know him, because he's currently at JMU, went to Tennessee, wins the Heisman. I mean, he's a good football player. That's just what it is. He'll probably transfer from JMU unless they get just incredible amounts of NIL money. And we are back in the Idaho Potato Bowl, this time against Marshall. Probably won't hop in here either. We did fire our offensive coordinator again. We're just, like I said, guys, we're looking for that recruiter. And until we find a recruiter, we're not going to be content. I'm already a motivator. We don't need a motivator. We need a recruiter. Unless we get some uber tactician. Now, we do have some coaching abilities to spend. And I don't know if we'll probably go and just try to finish off this whole motivator situation. It is also early National Signing Day, which means we get to look at some of the dev traits that we potentially got, as cornerback Taylor Spector's normal, impact from Al Power, the middle linebacker, normal from the 3-star corner. We didn't get Barry Booker. We didn't get Mitch Stoneberg. Impact from Jamal Leon, the 4-star cornerback. Impact from the 4-star running back, Grant McCown. Normal for Marquise Naylor. Normal for Ali. Impact for the 2-star, but it's just 2 stars, so I'm not concerned. And that's all the recruits we have signed so far. We've really struggled with recruits in this not going recruiting first. It was a mistake, but I don't see that as who Pete Carroll is, right? He's an NFL guy now. He was in the NFL for a long time, won a Super Bowl, went to 2 Super Bowls, developed players. He's a motivator. That's kind of his thing, and especially on the defensive side of the ball. So that's what we stuck with. Now we do have this game against Marshall. We're not going to hop in. Let's just see if we win. And it looks like we did take down Marshall, and we won the Idaho Bowl, which is awesome for our coaching prestige. And Will Kane Freeney was the player of the week with 3 receiving touchdowns. I mean, with a name like Madden, he's a C prestige. He's got to be the play. And to take a look at our players leaving, Buxton wants to leave. There's low persuasion chance, but we really want him to stay around. He's not. What about Jelani McLaughlin? He's also not. Owen Chambliss, he does stay. And Jaden Lagrone, he also stays. I really wish we would have kept these 2 players. The problem with not winning games and not performing is that your young, good players tend to leave, like Isaiah Buxton, who would have been awesome to keep around. Now, Trey White did get drafted. He goes in the 2nd round, which sucks to see him go. He held out, though, waited till he was a senior, a 90 overall. A player I would have liked to seen my Green Bay Packers get for sure. Well, it's National Signing Day, and you know that means we get to take a look at the development traits, and we already knew a couple of these, like Al Powers and Spectors and Heaney and Jamal Leon and Grant McGowan, both impact devs, 2 huge 4-stars we brought in this year. Naylor normal, Haslam normal, Ali normal, Boone normal. Impact from Brian Butler. Impact from Antoine Parker. Normal from the punter. Normal wide receiver. Normal free safety. Normal wide receiver. Normal tight end. Normal athlete. Star from Isaiah Garcia, the right tackle. Impact from Miles Hall, the right outside linebacker. Impact from Ricardo Menace, the right outside linebacker. And normal from the free safety Chamberlain. We have some position changes to do, and the first one I kind of want to do is going to be Hyman. I want to try to move him to the defensive tackle position, where hopefully he can make a lot happen, because we have Sash, who has played really well. Now, let's try to get our athletes in order, as we have Brian Butler to start, and he starts out as a pretty good speed rusher, right outside linebacker. I think that's where we put him.
Jamal Leon is going to be a quarterback, a 75 overall. Probably won't get the start this year, but maybe next. And then the last one is Ben Lampkin, as we do have a lot of decent positions we could put him at. And as a pass coverage guy, I don't know if I'm thinking a safety spot or like right outside or left outside linebacker. But because of the obvious overall decrease between those two, I think we're going to throw him in at strong safety and let him play his best ball. And now we have the training results on the year, so let's take a look at those. As Danny O'Neal, he's not jumping like I thought he would. An 81, not really great out of a senior, especially with the skill caps he had. Running back, Dimke's up to a 75 overall. Our freshmen might see the field on both positions. Fullback, we got nothing. Receiver, Kane Freeney, up to an 86 with 99 speed, 99 excel. He's going to be a weapon for us for sure. Tight end, Monk didn't develop at all. That kind of sucks. Left tackle, Theus up to an 87. Barron up to an 83. Rash up to an 80, or Sash up to an 83. Hollis up to an 82. And Hollick up to a 77. Left in, Nick up to an 85. Right end, Ezekiel Larry up to an 85. Parmalee and Pierce both at a 78. Same with Nate Smoker and Taylor Sermons. Defensive tackle, Hyman up to an 86. Marshall Carrington up to an 80. That's going to be pretty good for our defensive line. Left outside linebacker, Niu up to an 83. Antonio Saylor, the redshirt freshman, up to an 82. Middle linebacker, Tretola up to an 78. Right outside linebacker, Chambliss up to an 80. I thought he left. Cornerback, Kafka and Sharga and Truman all in that high 70s bracket. Free safety, Mitchell up to a 79, and strong safety, Cantrell up to an 88. And ahead of year 4, we've got to try to figure out who we're going to put in some of these starting roles, as Jamal Leon very well could be just the starter. I mean, over Danny O'Neal, he doesn't look that bad. Maybe we let Danny O'Neal keep the start, and if we're not winning, we kind of change it out. Jamal Leon, though, next year probably will have to be our starter, probably. Running back, Grant McGowan is going to get the start over Dimke, as he's faster, better agility. Receiver-wise, we didn't really get anybody too great as a freshman. I mean, 82 speed is terrible. Antoine Parker's just a lot of low overall players. So we will probably keep that the way it is. Tight end, of course, will stay the same. All the offensive line positions will stay the same. Left end will have Sepulveda at the start. Right end will have Ezekiel Larry. Probably won't see a depth trade out of him, or not a depth trade, but like a draftable year out of him. Defensive tackle, Hyman. I hope he develops and plays really well. Outside linebackers, Chambliss has developed really nicely. Tretola is developing, and Al Power will be the number 2 guy. I'm going to make him the number 1. I mean, he's close enough. Better excel, better agility, better strength. His awareness is just lacking. Right outside, we'll keep Nui there. We just don't have anybody that's ready to step in and play that yet. Cornerback, Kafka is leading the way at a 79 overall, which is not great, but Spectre at a 77 with 96 speed. He should be pretty good. We got a couple younger guys in there. Safeties look serviceable. We're an 85 overall still.
Well, we know early the first game we're going to hop into is against number 2 ranked Oklahoma, and we might hop into the other, well, not other, but an SEC game going against Arkansas, but I'm not really sure yet. We do have to hop in against our rivals in Fresno State. Just, it's got to be a yearly thing that we take them down. The second game's really going to depend on our seeding in the conference and how we're playing, because it's time for us to shit or get off the pot and win some games. And we are at week, I believe, 4. Anyway, we're ready to take on Oklahoma. They're 2-0. We're 2-0. They're the number 1 ranked team in the country, though. Well, Oklahoma clearly has us in overall, but hopefully we can take them on the field, as we really need this win for our recruits. We get the first drive, so we're going to try to take advantage of that. Put some points up on the board first, as O'Neal and the whole offense is coming out cold. Luckily, we know the play enough, as O'Neal is going to get bounced there, but he's got plenty of room to take off. I tried to slide, but he dives. Going to try to keep the ball on the ground here for this 2nd and 5. This stadium's rocking, but it looks like McCown's going to get the first down. We're going to have to settle for a field goal here out of Wyatt Gilmore. The kick is up, and it looks like it's going to be good, and it is. We put points on the board first. We had to get points. Now, if Kane Freeney is... Nope, the cornerback is going to jump back on it, and he's going to get the pick. Not what we wanted there. Our offensive line has been very good. Well, I say that. As getting hit, that was a dangerous throw, but Danny O'Neal squeezes it in. If you take a sack at all, it doesn't matter where you are on the field. The computer's like, hey, fuck it. I'll go. Just run streaks, and it puts us in a terrible 3rd and goal spot here, where we may have to settle for another kick, but we squeeze it in behind the linebacker to Harris, get the touchdown. I'm going to try to take our timeouts a little early. It just sucks that they are spreading us out. And we do make the stop there. 3rd and 1. I don't like that I'm in nickel. We're calling another timeout. I don't like being in nickel if they're going to run the ball. No. I stayed in nickel, and I don't know why. Make the tackle. What are you doing? We just do not have the athleticism to keep up over there. 3rd and 2. This is game on the line, and he bounces out there, and that's going to be game over. Well, I didn't think we'd be stopping in so soon here at 2-1, but we do have a big recruit coming in this Arkansas game in John Drake, a 5-star, the 30th ranked player, and I believe that this visit will put him over the top. And we start in the red zone. Dimke in at running back. I don't know where McCowan is, but Dimke's going to get the touchdown. Dimke's the hot route with the Texas route, and he's open, so we are going to throw him the ball. He gets down to the 8. We'd like to get up by 2 here, as we are going to hit Wolfier for the touchdown. All right, we're in the 2-minute drill. We need to get some points. It's about one way I know how to do that, and that's to target Kane Freeney deep, as he does burn his man there, and he is wide open. He's just a cheat code, ladies and gentlemen. He gets the touchdown. As we got a 4th and 16 here. We know they're passing the ball. 2:45 left. We got to put this game away. And we don't. We cannot keep up. We do win 21-31. That's the win we needed over this Razorbacks team. All right, well, we're here at our Fresno State game. We're 8-3 currently. To update on recruiting currently, we do have a 5-star, a couple 4-stars committed currently. We're in first place for a couple others. Well, we have a big first drive. Time to see if we can kind of take a hold of this game right off Jump Street, as they are kind of pressing Harris over on that side. This could just be a Tampa 2, but we're going to air it out to him. And he's going to come down with it, somehow make an incredible play, and get a gain of 48 yards. So we try to put this together. I don't like this playbook at all. And I just want to be upfront and honest about it. As we try to escape with O'Neal, do we have the speed to do so? It looks like we do, and we get tackled into the end zone for the touchdown. I don't know. I never know how to play these. It's a 3rd and 10. We're bringing the blitz. And we get the sack finally out of field goal range from Ezekiel Larry. I don't know why I keep coming in on defense. We have a lot of work to do on defense. But you know what? We're going to try to use our best pass rusher. We don't need to. It's a good thing we got some linebackers, some pass rushers. We got a little bit of everything coming in this this recruiting class. I was right there. I was trying to bait it. And he had just enough room to squeeze it in. 3rd and goal here. Time to prep for the run that they're going to run in as we get the TFL. 4th and goal. They're going to try to tie it. We should be blowing this team out of the water, and how we're not is just insane to me. I know what their goal is, and that's to run commit. So if we can get Kane Freeney deep, we'll take them every time. Puts us up by 14. The ball hits the ground, and that's the game. Hopefully it helps us out recruiting-wise. It's the only reason we really played it. And that game does seem to have helped us out as we get the #1 recruit in the nation in Tyreek Willis at quarterback. And we are part of the championship and ranked at number 25. Well, now we have to go ahead and hop into this game against UNLV for the Midwest Championship. We have the overall on them. This should be an easy win for us. All right, well, a big 3rd down to start. I just want to play the moments. I probably shouldn't hop in this early, but we're going to. And we get it out to Dimke, who's got a lot of room. Make a spin move. That defender turned on a dime. I don't know if we should win this game. This team is not came to play today, and they're... Well, that ends it. We don't end up winning. UNLV just was better than us. I don't know. Their defense played incredible. Danny O'Neal, I don't know if we just tried to run. It seems like we tried to run the ball. We wouldn't give up on running the ball. Really should have done better, and I think what we're going to do about that is... We've got to get new coordinators. We need some elite recruiters. We need some big-time guys. So hopefully this offseason we can get some, as we're really starting to build now. And next year, technically, if we stick with 5 years, is the last year of the rebuild. And Michael Hawkins won the Heisman, which is interesting. We do have the Arizona Bowl against Kent State, and we do have the early National Signing Day where we can take a look at the players we were able to sign and their dev traits. Now, Tyreek Willis, the #1 player in the nation, elite dev. That's awesome. John Drake, only normal but a 5-star nonetheless. Jeremiah Foster, impact. David Gooch is star. We did not get Adonis Hodges. We did not get Jamario Chambliss. That would have been a good one. John Wall, star. And I don't think... Oh, we did have a couple 3 stars. Manu Poole, normal. DJ Kane, star. Normal for Gideon And that is all we have so far. Everything's locked in. We can't adjust any hours. And we do win the Arizona Bowl. So at least we didn't drop down. Danny Newey, 2 sacks, player of the week. Danny O'Neal, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, player of the week. Danny O'Neal, National Offensive Player of the Week. That's nice for him. Well, we did get both of those coordinators from Virginia Tech. They have low prestiges, but we have an elite recruiter. We have I thought he was a scheme guru. Well, we have a tactician and an elite recruiter, so we have a bit of everything. Alfonso Chamberlain wants to leave, and he is going to. Outside of that, we have a lot of players leaving for graduation. Nobody really leaving for the draft, though, which is a little upsetting, but we should have good replacements. Well, we're here at National Signing Day, and we didn't get a huge class, only 18 people, but some really good players. Starting with the freshman quarterback, Tyreek Willis, again, elite dev. We got Tavake Tuicalavadu, impact dev, right guard we brought in from the transfer portal. John Drake, cornerback, 5-star. Jeremiah Foster, we went over. Taylor Alonso, out of the he's a transfer freshman, but an impact dev. John Abraham, another transfer freshman, only normal dev. David Gooch, the 4-star star. John Wall, the right tackle, star dev. Lindsey Figures, star dev. Sharif Tongues, normal. Kevin Davis, impact. Manu Poole, normal. Star, normal, impact, and normal. I still think it was a really good class, even though we only have 2 people to kind of put or move around. And obviously, we're going to start with Jalen Jamison, 67 overall. It's pretty decent. And then Kevin Davis, the athlete, we are going to put at probably we'll put him at fullback. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at our training results, where Hyman jumps up to a 94, Theus up to an 80, Worley up to an 89, Smoker up to an 88, Hollis up to an 88, Sepulveda up to an 88, Kane Freeney up to an 87, Lawrence up to an 87, Kafka up to an 87, Ramon Sash up to an 87. A lot of really good players on this team. Even Monk up to an 86. Yeah, and I'm taking a look at the roster here, and Tyreek Willis is going to get the start right away as a freshman. Well, here we are at the first game we're going to hop in this year against Colorado. Well, Colorado scored about instantly. So now we're in the red zone. We're going to try to score fairly fast, as Rainey only gets a small gain. We do have a freshman quarterback, which could be a lot of our issue. I know I said earlier that this could be our last year, but really we're going for a national championship, not till. We're going for a national championship, or till a national championship, as that is our end goal of rebuilding a school, as Rainey is going to fight into the end zone and tie this game up. As Willis is just going to have the ball in his hand here. As he hits Monk, gets the touchdown, we go up by 7. Well, they scored really fast and have a 3-point lead on us, so can we score here? As we find Goff and get the first down. Not used to saying that. Yeah, Willis has thrown 2 interceptions. Not great. Not what you want to see, as Alfonso kind of gets held up there, but gets a gain of 8. I mean, he's thrown 4 incompletions. 2 of those are interceptions. As Willis is going to try to take off and get taken down for a loss of 2. Now we have a 3rd and 4 where we're going to try and find Little John, and we do, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Puts us up 4. All right, now is our chance to go up by 11. A 3rd and 5 here. Send that guy in motion. take off with Willis. He's got this whole side of the field to himself. Go out of bounds. Don't get hit. Now we got our red zone opportunity here on the 19-yard line because of the huge run. As Rainey is going to get a gain of 3 there. That felt like a generous gain of 3. I'm not going to lie to you. Now they have the middle wide open. This is where that inside zone comes in clutch here. As the defensive tackle is just going to break free immediately. Get a nice little stop. As 3rd and 4 comes up. Little John's wide open, and I'd love to just streak him here. I know it's not going to work, so we're going to hit Rainey. Get the 1st and goal at the 7. Try to keep this drive alive. Audible to the inside zone here, as the inside of the field is wide open, and Rainey's going to run in and give us that 11-point lead. They're going for an onside kick, so we got to come out in our onside defense. It's a 5-point game. This will finish it if we get the recovery. And we do get it with Alfonso, who's going to try to take it house, but doesn't quite get it. Now it's time for a kneel. That runs the game out. We beat 12th ranked Colorado 35-30. The only thing I can take away from this game is our quarterback needs to work on his turnovers. Well, we're ranked at 23, and you know it's a rivalry game, so we have to hop in here. As we're going to try to get the stop to start, because they have driven down the field fairly well, but we do get the sack to start and make it a 2nd and 17. Now we're going to bring the blitz again. Try to bring the pressure. Get these guys lined up right, as we do read that, but he breaks the tackle and he's going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. We got to start scoring now. That is our only opportunity to move the ball. As we hit Goff, get the 1st down. Tyreek Willis hasn't even turned the ball over this game. He's just not been able to move the ball down the field. As we hit Little John for a gain of 5. Only 2 incompletions as well. Let that linebacker slip up. He doesn't. But Willis is going to escape. Get the 1st down to the 1-yard line. This is where we want to try to punch it in with Rainey. And he cannot, even though it looked like he had an opening there, he cannot find the end zone. So we're going to try to go to Dimke here. Switch it up a little bit, as Dimke does have the opening and finds his way into the end zone for the touchdown. All right, this is our opportunity to tie it. We should have the playmakers available, as we are going to try to stretch it out to Goff, and that's an interception. That's an interception, really. Lay him out. The best way to make plays is get 1st downs. Now, if you're going to press Kane Freeney, we know this by now. We know he's going to get open. We know he has the speed, and we know he's going to score touchdowns for us. We tie this game. We want to hold on to the lead here. They're bringing us in to hold on to the lead. Well, you know what we know what they're doing. They're calling that run commit. So we're going to try to stretch it deep. We hit Goff, and he's going to walk into the end zone, give us a 14-point lead. That's going to be the wrap of the game against this Fresno State team. 28-14. I feel like we should have done better than we did. We had to hop in for a lot of it for as good of a team as we are. And Paul Witt was our player of the week with 2 sacks, 6 total tackles, and 3 TFLs. And, well, at rank 13, we make the championship again, our 2nd year in a row making it. We have had an incredible year. I don't know how we were not number 1 in the conference standings. Who was? Oh, we did end up number 1. It said we were 2nd for some reason, and UNLV was 1, even though we did beat them.
11-1 though. I check up on recruiting. It's not going good for us as we lose out on another player, get locked out of a player. We have 0 recruits currently. And we do have some coaching upgrades where we really should have gone towards recruiter to start. But it's too late now, so we're going to have to stick to some other positions. But we're going to go ahead and hop into this game against UNLV, try to take them down. We do have the edge on the overall. Well, we got a big first drive of the game, so it's time to come out and see if we can put something up on the board, as we are able to hit Goff right away for a huge gain of 43. Just try to keep moving the ball through the air, and that's not going to work that time. We'll go to the run game now, see if that works, as we do get a gain of 4. I think this is a game and a team we should be able to beat and win, as we hit Little John, who hopefully will see some good development this year, as he's had quite a few touchdowns. Now to go back to the run game on the 3-yard line. And Rainey's going to walk in, gets touched in the end zone, but that's a touchdown. Running the time down. We're going to look for Monk here on the drag. And we get him. Call the timeout. We got the first down. Now let's try to go to a little bit of a slant play, as Willis is going to get sacked. We're just going to have to call a timeout there too. I was hoping we had enough room to step up, but we did not. We're going to hit Little John there, and we got to call our third timeout. He comes down with it, gets the ball down to the 2-yard line, but only 13 seconds left. We find Goff in the corner of the end zone, get the touchdown. We're back in the lead. As Willis is going to scramble and take it in himself for the touchdown, we go back up. We get a drive to end it. They may have tied the game. And Monk can't hold on to that. Give me a break. He's one of the best tight ends in college football right now. Set the block. Willis, take off, slide down for a huge gain. That's exactly what we wanted. We don't need to go all go here. There's 1 minute and 50 seconds left. Why we're trying to run all go routes is insane, but we do hit Goff, cut it up, get the block down to the 27. We're in a good spot. We can start burning clock here. We're in field goal range. All we need to do is win. And make them burn their timeouts. And that's exactly what we do, as this is going to be a field goal attempt to win the game. It's up. It's good. And we win the MAC championship, sitting at what should be 12-1 now. And there's your animation where the not MAC, the MWC champions, the Midwest champions, 12-1. It's exactly what we wanted. All these players at risk of transferring because of pro potential. I'm hoping this year we have some players drafted, because we have really good players on the roster. As Nick Sepulveda wins the Defensive Player of the Week, and Ryan Puglisi wins the Heisman, as we have the New Mexico Bowl. Are we not in the playoffs? Did we not make the playoffs? We didn't. Wow. Okay. Well, I was really hoping this was our year. It looks like we're going to have to take this one more year. All right, this is where, okay, our players leaving. The only player we have Micah Hyman, who we're going to try to persuade to keep as he's only a sophomore. He decides to stay. And to look at our draft results, the only player we had drafted was Tavaki. Well, it's National Signing Day, and we all know that we did not have the best class this year. I don't even know if I'm worried about it next year either, as next year probably, hopefully, we can get a national championship and is our last year. Can't believe we lost out on all these guys. We were sending the house at a lot of them. Only 11 guys, probably not a very highly rated class. Yeah, down at 93, barely a top 100 class. Didn't have the school grades is all I'm going to blame it on. And to take a look at our development traits, a star from Slaughter, we knew that. A lot of normals, a star from Danny Kiernan, impact from the left end, Emilio Alvarado, and impact from the freshman quarterback, Brian Lalito. Well, we do have some position changes. Going to move some people around. And I think Reed Mellon will be on that left outside spot. Corbin Robbins, a safety role could be interesting. Kind of listed him as a running back of all things. And then DeAndre Blewett kind of looks like a quarterback, so we're going to put him at quarterback. And now to look at our training results and how the team is looking. And it looks like we got a lot of 90 overall players. Tyreek Willis up to an 86. Jamal Leon even up to an 85. We got some good quarterbacks. I still think Tyreek Willis is the better of all of them. I mean, him and Leon are close. They are very similar style quarterbacks. I think that Tyreek Willis just has the better abilities. Sean Dimke up to an 89. Grant McGowan up to an 82. Looking good there. Kevin Davis going up. Tevin Goff, the highest rated receiver. Taylor Alonso going to make his way onto the field. Same with Lewis Kafka. Well, Lewis Kafka maybe not. I think we swap him out for Patrick McAdams, somebody with some speed, or Lindsey Figures. Somebody with speed, though. 82 speed is not it. We're going to be hurting at the tight end spot. Having Monk there was a blessing, and now not. We might have to start Dorian Beck, this senior tight end who's not as good. Missing left tackle. Nothing at the left guard. Center looks really good, and the fact that we didn't change one of these guys over, but they'll probably still move. Lamar Hollis up to an 88. The offensive line looks pretty good. John Wall up to an 82. Left end Worley coming in at a 91. Right end Smoker up to a 92. We still have, Parmalee, he's about to graduate. He's not going to see the field. Let's just be honest. Nate Smoker is better. Hyman's up to a 95. He's incredible. He's going to be a first-round draft pick easily. Marquis Haslam looks pretty good. And even the sophomore going up to a 75 there. Outside linebacker, we have Witt and Saylor both going up to a 90 overall. Middle linebacker, Power and David Gooch both going up to 92. Even Tretola, the senior, up to an 82. David DiNucci, the redshirt freshman, up to a 76. Have some really, really good right outside linebackers. 90 for Fanu Abushi. 89 for Ricardo Menace. Cornerbacks looking good. Tyreek Kafka up to an 88 overall. John Drake, the 5-star sophomore, up to an 83. Taylor Spector up to an 82. Look pretty good on that front. Safeties look good as well. Kicker, we could probably have done a better job at scouting, and same with punter. Well, taking a look at the schedule, we do want to kind of try to get some tougher opponents in. So this Louisiana Tech, I'd like to maybe throw in a Georgia for us to hop in against. And then that'll be one of the games we hop in. And then let's try to throw an ACC team in here, maybe like Syracuse. We'll play that at Syracuse. Try to see if those will probably be the 3 games we hop in there. Oklahoma, Georgia, and Syracuse are 3 ranked games. Well, this is the first game we're going to hop in against Oklahoma. See if we can get the upset, as they do look like they are the better team. Well, we got the 3rd down here. It's time for us to make the stop. See if we can. We do get the stop on 3rd down. They only gain a yard. Oh, and they're going to go for it, so we're going to bring the blitz back out. And they get it off, get the 1st down. Another 3rd down, we need to make the stop again. I don't really know how to. We have struggled, and they're going to do the quarterback keeper. That was a fumble out of bounds. What is that? Is that going to be a 1st down? Oh, we held them. And they're going to go for it again. This is killing me. As Drake is going to allow the pass in man coverage. We're not coming back in. Just let them score. We have a 3rd down and 5. It's time to see if we can keep our drive alive. And we're not going to be able to. We are. They're going to give us another chance to try to keep this drive alive against this team. We're able to hit Little John. We get the 1st down. It's exactly what we needed. And then another big play. And we're in the red zone down at the 3-yard line. Gonna go to Dimke here. And our right tackle is going to get bulldozed, and they'll get us in the backfield. Don't know how to beat that, but we're going to try giving the ball to McCown. See if maybe he can change it up. He does not. His defensive line is holding us. 3rd and goal. Let's get into the end zone here. Willis is going to scramble, find his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Got a big end of the game drive here. 1st down, 3 minutes left. Time to try to run this clock out. Maybe Alonzo gets open here. Well, he doesn't. All right, a 3rd and 4 on the other side of the 2-minute timeout. Going to try to run for the 1st here. We don't want to give them the ball back. And Dimke is going to get the 1st down. They have to start burning their timeouts now. Now, here's what I really want to do is I want to put Goff on a streak and throw another touchdown. We're going to try to play this one differently, as Dimke is going to get a gain of 6. Force another timeout. Yep, that's going to do it. That's going to wrap this one up. We are going to beat the Oklahoma Sooners. It was a tight game, but we come away with the win. All right, well, now it's time for us to hop into this game against Georgia. We're obviously the underdogs here, but we got to come out. We got to play a great game. So, obviously, we're starting with the ball. We got a big 1st quarter drive. We're going to hit the tight end for a nice little gain of 3 there. Just try to do a little bit, move the ball a little bit at a time. As Dimke is going to get the 1st down on the run. So we're going to keep the ball on the ground after that run. Not go anywhere because our offensive line gets kind of beat up. And now we're going to try and just move the ball a little bit. We get Alfonso. He's just so slow, but he gets the first down. Time to see if we can... Well, no, we're not. We got a light box here. Going to go back to the run with Dimke. Get a nice gain of 5. Move the ball slowly. I guess we're going to try a screen here. I don't really know what else to do. This is potential go for it territory. But we are going to have Dimke. Can he get the first down? And he does. We don't have to worry about going for it. So now we're going to go back to the run. As Dimke does have a little bit of speed and gets a gain of 11 or 12 there. I don't really know. But gets the first down. That's all we were asking for. And we hit Parker in the end zone on the in route, the deep end for a touchdown. We get on the board first. And Georgia tied it very fast. So, we got to come back out on offense. Try to get this run game going as Dimke is going to get a nice little gain of 7 there. And he has had an incredible day against this Georgia front. So we're going to keep handing the ball to him. Try to keep this day going. 3rd and inches, only a gain of 2 there. Just got to get the first down here. Not try to worry about getting it in the end zone. We're going to hit Parker. He gets the first down. That's all we needed. I'm going to pull out the RPO here. I don't see us passing the ball, though, as we're going to hit Dimke, and he's going to fight into the end zone for a touchdown. All right, well, a big 3rd down stop needed here. I think they're going to pass the ball. It's 3rd and 8. They could technically run it, but we're going to go with the pass commit, and they drop the ball. Now it's time for us to try to finish this game out. 2:45 left on the clock. We just got to try to run this clock out. 3rd and 14, they probably expect the pass here, but we're going to try it anyway. We're going to take off with Willis. If he's got the speed to get the first, he does. And that's going to be game over. We come out in victory formation, kneel the ball, and beat the Georgia Bulldogs. This is our championship year. It's got to be. And, well, we make the MWC championship, this time against Colorado State. We are the 6th-ranked team in the nation. Recruiting-wise, I mean, we've just really struggled to get anybody. I don't know. I guess it's because we didn't choose the recruiter path. All right, well, we are going to hop into this one. Colorado State is 10-2. I don't worry about it too much, but we're just going to hop in and see if we have to. We're going to go to the end of the game, and if we have to hop in, we will. All right, let's go to the end of the game, see how the team does. As Colorado is on the board first, but we answer back. And answer back again. They tie it. Our offense hasn't had an issue moving the ball, but they are kind of... Oh, we just got an interception. That should actually end the game. And it does. We take down Colorado State. It was a close one. A lot closer than I wanted it to be anyway. Let's take a look at the stats. See how our guys played. Apparently Jamal Leon had to come in because Tyreek Willis got hurt. That is not good. Rushing, Dimke did okay. Receiving, Tevin Goff with 120 yards and a touchdown. You love to see it. And defensively, Hyman kind of leading the way in tackles, and Hyman with 2 sacks, Smoker with one of his own, and 1 interception from Jean Abraham. And there's our celebration as we are champions again for the 2nd straight year. That should get us into the playoffs. We are the 6th-ranked team. Georgia is 8. We are ranked at 7, so we're just 1 over Georgia. We're undefeated. But we do have a spot in the playoffs. We're probably going to have to either play Illinois or Texas. Tony Matthews does win Coordinator of the Year. Steve DeCastro is the winner of the Heisman for Nebraska. And that is it. We got early National Signing Day, but we didn't sign anybody that interesting. I'd like to take a look at the season stats and see how some of these guys played. As Tyreek Willis did okay, 3,100 yards, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, rushing. Dimkey not breaking 1,000 yards, but 18 rushing touchdowns. Antoine Parker leading the way in receiving yards with 9 touchdowns. Taylor Alonso with 10, and Tevin Goff with 6. Defensively, what do we have sack numbers wise? Hyman led the way with 7.5. Jalen Jameson with 4.5. And then John Drake, the sophomore 5-star cornerback, with 6 interceptions. David Gooch with 3. Cantrell with 1. Spector with 1. We do have the overall edge. Hopefully that means in this simulation we play better. So let's go to the end of the game. We'll jump in if we have to, as we are on the board first. Our defense is holding tight, but we do let up 3. Our offense needs to step it up. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take it one play at a time to see if our offense, 3rd and 5, 4th and 15, we get sacked. We make the field goal. It is a tie game. There's 4 minutes left. They fumble it, but recover it. Pass knocked away. 3rd and 17, 4th and 17. We get the ball. It's time for our offense to do something with 3 minutes left on the clock. Yeah, we can't just be handing the ball off like that time and time again. A 3rd and 4. Willis is in the game, so that injury wasn't too bad. We target Parker, and he can't come away with the ball. Now, call me crazy, I'm going for it. We have got to come away with a win here. And we have Beck for the first down to keep this drive alive. I would be more okay running the clock out if we get in field goal range. But being we are not, well, now we are after a quick strike to Tevin Goff for the first down. This is where we can kind of try to stay in the middle of the field maybe, but we are going to find Beck for another first down. This is where we burn clock. We can burn this clock pretty far down. I don't know if we'll be able to take all the time off the clock as we get a gain of 2 there. Dimkey is very injured. Down to 1:20 left. All right, McGowan's back in. 1:20 left. 3rd and goal. McGowan fighting. Doesn't quite find his way into the end zone. But I don't know if we just take the lead here or if we go with the quarterback sneak. We're going to line up, see how it looks. It doesn't look great, but we're going to go for it. And we don't get it. All right, let's see if our defense does hold. And we are in field goal range. We just kind of want to try to get this back to the middle of the field, in my opinion. And that's what we're going to do. Come out in field goal range. And we may have just missed it. We did miss it. Oh, we're terrible at field goals. We're going to overtime. But we kept them from scoring, so all we really need to do here is kick a field goal. As we're going to hand the ball off to Davis, go forward for a gain of 5. I mean, I think a field goal wins it here. They got a possession already. They didn't score. Go back to the run, hit Dimkey, get the first down. I mean, how do you go away from the run here?
It's working so well for us. We might as well continue to do it, as Dimke's going to fumble. Luckily, we recover. Okay, that's how you go away from the run. I don't know why Dimke's still in. He's severe injury. And we're not going to get the completion there. What is going on? Don't make a stupid play here. Just throw it away. Just throw it away. Take the points. They're trying to ice us. That kick is up and good. Does that win us the game? It looks like it does. Thank God. That was close. Well, we finally won a playoff game in our 5th year. It took long enough for this team. So we get in the next round. Antonio Saylor was the player of the game. 2 forced fumbles, 1 TFL, and 4 total tackles. As we have to take on Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. This one I'm more concerned with, as we do not have the overall advantage. We're going to go to the end of the game, see how this thing pans out, as Ohio State does put up 3 first, and their defense is able to hold us fairly good. But we score 1 big play. They get the lead back. It's tied at halftime. 13-point game. Let's see if our offense needs our help. And it looks like they are going to. 3:51 left. I kind of want to score fairly fast so our offense may have the chance to get the ball again. But I also do not like these play calls. Just throw that away. Just throw it away. That one defender took away 2 routes. As Kafka can't hold on and Tyreek Willis gets hurt, we're just going to have to try to tie the game here. As hopefully we didn't miss it again. Okay, we make the field goal. It's a tie game. All right, hold up. Our defense is doing good things for us. I'm going to try to go to the run here as Jamal Leon is in at quarterback with Tyreek Willis getting hurt. Dimke going to get a nice little gain of 8, and then he's going to get hurt. I'm going to try this angle route here. I don't know that anything gets open. No, we're just going to throw a pick, huh? I force-fed it to him, and now we're going to throw an interception. All right, well, we got 55 seconds left. Now we have to score somehow. I don't like the fact that we have done this to ourselves. But we are going to try to get out of bounds with Leon. And we did get out of bounds. Okay, that's cool. I'd love Tevin Goff to just torch his man over on that side. And it seems like he does, but we hit Beck up the middle. We don't have any timeouts. Quit celebrating. We've got to get back down the field. We've got to keep moving. All right, we got to keep it up. Keep it up. 27 seconds left. Throw it away. Throw it away. The guy got in there quick. Well, we're really struggling here. I'd like to see. Like to hope we can get a first down here. Just got to throw it away again. Man, we are in a terrible spot. We got a 47-yard field goal, though. We can tie this game. And we missed it. No, we didn't. We didn't miss it. We make it. I thought we missed it. That ties the game. Can we go to overtime? We start with the ball on offense. We have just faced a terrible amount of injuries today. And the terrible interception that I threw really didn't help us. The 77 blocks nobody. Should have given the ball to him because he'd have been in for a touchdown. At 2nd and 7, we try to squeeze it to McGowan, but they were all over that. 3rd and 7. Why are we in this super spread? I don't like this. 3rd and 7, though. As our offensive line on that side does nothing. I got to try to go for it here. We're starting out in overtime. I do not want to. We hit Beck. Okay, there we go. We get the first down to the 4-yard line. We got to score a touchdown here. No ifs, ands, or buts. This is our national championship window. Why is nobody blocking anybody? You were set up for the perfect block there, and you just did not block them. Throw it away. We don't have the speed with Leon to get away from the defensive players. Now, this is one of my go-tos here. Try to hit the fullback really quick. And we can't get it to him. What are we doing, guys? A 4th and goal on the 2-yard line. We're going for it here. Hopefully, McCown can get it this time. And he does. Thank you. That was sketchy. We won the game. Okay, our defense held in overtime. That is awesome. We beat Ohio State. And Jalen Jameson wins Player of the Week with 2 sacks in that Ohio State game. Marcel Littlejohn with a huge touchdown, 1 reception, 93 yards. He wins Offensive Player of the Week. And we have to take on number 1 ranked Nebraska in the national championship. This is going to be a tough one. We are the 15-0 team, though. Kind of have the overall advantage on Nebraska, as we are going to go ahead and jump to the end of the game, only come in if we need to. And kind of a quiet first half, as Nebraska is on the board first. Our offense needs our help. Our offense needs our help, and there is no doubts about it, as a third of the way through the game, really, 3rd quarter almost over, we haven't scored any points, as this Nebraska run defense looks really good. Tyreek Willis is back in, which is good. We don't have Dimke back yet, but on a 3rd and 4, we're going to stick to the ground game with McCown, get the first down, and keep the chains moving. And just going to keep the ball on the ground, try to burn away some of this clock. Their offense hasn't been too successful with moving the ball either. I'd like to be able to throw it, but their defense has been really good. So we're just going to try to hit Davis out of the backfield for a gain of 4. Yeah, Tyreek Willis, only 66 passing yards on the day. For as dynamic of an offense as we have, I really was hoping we'd be a little bit better than that. But McCown, he's going to have a huge run to the end zone right up the middle. And that gives us the lead. We need our defense to come up big here. Only a 2-yard rush. That's a 6-yard rush. And a 1-yard rush. Gets the first down, but they take a TFL. An interception from Tyreek Kafka. Now we have to score here. 3rd and 7, incomplete pass. And a negative 2-yard rush. Do we make the field goal? We do. That gives us a 7-point lead. They are trying to drive down the field. A touchdown could tie it here. And they are going to stay just alive. But another interception, this time from Al Power. 2 interceptions on the Heisman winner so far. That should be game over. 4th and 7. No, they're going to get another opportunity. 38 seconds left. Can our defense pull up one? And they're running the ball? Oh, well, that's quarterback. Can our defense hold on? And they do. We win the national championship in a low-scoring game, 10-3. But I mean, we put together a heck of a team. Our players came to play. Yeah, the Heisman winner, Steve DeCastro, 2 interceptions, 46% completion. That's what you love to see from a defense. Tyreek Willis, 104 rating, only 58%, 66 yards, not a lot. Rushing wise, McCown, 76 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, Antoine Parker with 41 yards. And defensively, this is probably where most of the stats came. What is that? 4 sacks? 4 sacks. 1.5 for Witt, 1 for Jamerson, 1 for Gooch, a half for Drake. 2 interceptions, 1 for Al Power, 1 for Tyreek Kafka. An incredible last 2 years out of this team. And there we get our celebration, national championship. We are the winners. Hip, hip, hooray. I'm going to go to kind of the end and look at our players leaving and look at the team after the off-season boost to try to see how this team would sit going into next year. Well, I forgot to look at the players leaving, but this is the draft results as Cantrell, Dimke, and Kafka all get drafted. So we have 3 drafted players. Now, I do want to see after winning a national championship, and we lost, just not able to sign any recruits. I want to see what kind of transfer portal guys we can bring in, and it looks like a lot. Some nice 4 stars. No 5 stars, though. Only 3 4 stars want to come to the team. Let's take a look at the training results to end this. As Al Power looks incredible. So does Hyman. So does Gooch. So does Smoker. A lot of fantastic looking players. Tyreek Willis up to an 88. Jamal Leon up to an 85. Tremaine Church up to an 80. And even the rookies from last year starting to develop pretty nicely. McGowan could have developed a little bit better, but we did bring in some good people to, I guess, keep him on the bench. I want to say he's elite dev, too. He's impact dev. Okay, never mind. He's only impact, but we got some good players coming in behind him. Wide receiver-wise, Taylor Alonso. Okay, he is 96 speed. It's Kafka. Louis Kafka's the 82 speed. Why did I think Alonso was? He looks pretty good, 86 overall. Really like to see some of these other players develop more, as we just haven't seen it. Like Marcel Littlejohn has been incredible in games and just doesn't develop. So that kind of sucks, but we got a decent group. Need some help at the tight end spot. Some tackles we brought in. Our left guard looks awesome. Centers, of course, look really good. Right guard, Beckner looks pretty good as a freshman. Right tackle, John Wall, continuing to grow and look good. Left end, Alvarado and Jameson both look pretty good. Right end, Smoker, he'll be a drafted player. Right defensive tackle, we all know that Micah Hyman is going to be drafted fairly high. Outside linebacker, Saylor's probably drafted. Witt could possibly be drafted. Middle linebacker, both of these guys are getting drafted. Right outside linebacker, Abushi's getting drafted without a doubt. And we brought in Ron Slaughter, the freshman redshirt. Cornerback, John Drake has the potential to get drafted as he continues to develop into a good player. And that's why I say focus. Don't worry about your tactician like I did in this rebuild. If you want your players to play better, you got to get better players. That's it, plain and simple. And the only way to do that is recruiting. So just max out your recruiting. Well, guys, that will do it for this rebuild. As you see, 2-time Midwest Conference champions. Got a couple bowl wins. Got just a national championship. Did great throughout the 5 years that we were with this team. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button to see more. Let me know down in the comments if there is a team you want to see rebuilt. I will try to get to it. After this, I got a San Francisco 49ers one coming. I just dropped a Dolphins one, and I do a College Dynasty series. So be sure to follow along. Until next time,